Connected to iPhone.
Good morning, good morning. Chilling.
Can get this
I done got my little gym workout on.
GMC Canyon
Took me a nice
for
little shower.
$352 per month.
Now I'm in the studio. It's a good start to the day.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome all of you back to Ohio Exopolitics. I'm your host, Mark Snyder, and
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Capricorn Radio. This is your host James, and I'm delighted to be talking to a new guest today, Mr. Jerry Wills. And I've actually been referred to Jerry Wills about a year ago, and I just never got around to doing it. We have a mutual friend, Jerry, another radio host. But we're going to talk to Jerry about his
being underground has an advantage if you're in a harsh desert environment where it's very hot and dry in the summertime and very cold and windy in the wintertime. And so that would be another possible reason for an underground city to exist. To get away from the elements.
Well, if we touch base on all the evidences that have surfaced over the years, and I've spent a lot of time on this particular topic, not so much because of the article.
David Hatcher Childress, known as the real-life Indiana Jones to many of his fans, he has traveled the world several times over seeking adventure and the answers to the mysteries of mankind's past. In 1976, David left the United States on what would become a 6-year research and adventure odyssey. During the time, he studied firsthand the ancient civilizations of Africa, the Middle East, China, sometimes journeying into very dangerous territory along the way. And David, of course, has a wide scope of interest, as you will find out tonight, not only on ancient civilizations and technology, but also free energy, anti-gravity, and UFOs. And he's been just investigating these subjects for well over 20 years. David Hatcher Childress. Hey, David, welcome back. How are you?
Hi, good, George.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
You know, it's been a few years, and in that time, well, I've been traveling around the world and working on new books.
Getting new data for us.
Yes, indeed. And, this whole thing of the Egyptian city and the Grand Canyon is one of those popular subjects that just, won't go away. And it's an interesting one to discuss. It will actually be a chapter or two in an upcoming book that I'm working on.
Menard Super Sale has big savings on everything you need. This worry-free carbon monoxide and smoke alarm is $29.99.
Everybody, welcome back to Capricorn Radio.
And who knows why, at least we didn't know it then, he had located a series of steps leading up to the cliffs towering above the Colorado River. It went up about 1,800 feet, he says, and there was an entrance. He went inside, and there was a vast city inside. He had taken pictures and documented that as best he could. Then he continued on down the Colorado River, and the report on this was sometime in the first part of April. It referred to a previous report that had never been found, really, and everyone thought it was just an April Fool's Day joke. That it was just a whim, that he was saying these things. Oh, a lost Egyptian city in the Grand Canyon, how fanciful! And because they couldn't find the other record, the previous newspaper article, well, then no one believed it. Fast forward to us. Kathy got a hold of this story and started researching it. And as she did, she started finding different pieces of information that gave her the idea of where this might be found. We spent 3.5 years going up to the Grand Canyon. We located a very specific area based on her research, started studying satellite maps, tracking down all kinds of tales from the Native Americans who live there, as well as river guides that didn't want to be identified but would tell us things. And
I try to tell y'all, man, I take naps. I get 50 winks. You know what a wink is? Do that 50 times. That should be enough sleep for you. You get 50 long winks. I'm rested. I'm good. That's enough for me. 50 winks, a little cat nap here and there. I'm back up, back energized. Gotta get shit done, man. You know what I'm saying? Focus. I think I've heard this interview right here before about somebody who supposedly uncovered the location of these Egyptian tombs in the Grand Canyon. But this guy right here, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard this when he said him and his wife kind of figured it out on their own, but he won't tell. Like, if you figured it out, why don't you just say, where is that? He keeps saying, this very remote location and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Are you sure you actually been there? Are you really sure? Listen to some other shit, because it is very interesting about...
Let you finance and buy a car, anytime and anywhere you want.
Tom Clancy? The author? Tom Clancy? What Clancy? Did you ever went down a Clancy death conspiracy rabbit hole? I have not. I'm calling it. Travis is a vampire. Dude, but it's daylight. It's daylight out, man. If I was a vampire, I would only stream at nighttime. You have to think about that. See? Clancy, what Clancy? I always liked the Princess Diana conspiracy. I think she was.
National security was Tom Clancy's muse. His first novel was the breakout best-selling Hunt for Red October.
We sail into history. I'm going right to Mars.
And that formula of a twisting thriller ending in American military success was one he employed again and again. Clancy won acclaim for his attention to detail with military equipment and weapons, but his success came with some criticism too.
Quiet! The bomb is in play!
Clancy's fictional terror plots sometimes became all too real, such as in 1994 when he imagined a plane crashing into the U.S. Capitol.
One of the functions of artists is to warn people what's possible and dangerous out there.
Clancy pushed back against the idea that he was any sort of terrorist inspiration in a 2002 interview with CNN.
I really don't think Osama bin Laden woke up one morning and say, I think I'm going to attack the West. Let me read a Clancy book and find out how to do it best. I don't think so.
Clancy's novels were beloved by the U.S. military and other readers because they helped change a media narrative.
If you look at Tom Clancy's career, it really takes off in the 1980s with Ronald Reagan as president.
Paul Farhi is a media reporter for The Washington Post.
This is the post-Vietnam era. There is a sense that we want to revive the military, we want to celebrate the military after the Vietnam War, and Clancy's novels are perfectly attuned to that time.
I want to go to Vietnam, and I'll die there if I have to.
That was a major shift from films like Born on the 4th of July, where returning Vietnam veterans were treated as anything but heroes. Clancy's push for military and CIA heroism, plus using Ronald Reagan as a frequent unnamed character, made him a hero on the political right.
Tom Clancy always was identified as a conservative, so I think readers kind of knew where he was coming from and knew where the story was coming from. But, I mean, it kind of transcended liberal or conservative. It became Americana. It became patriotic.
Tom Clancy fans have a chance to make his last work a bestseller to his novel Command Authority is due out in December. He died last night at the age of 66.
Yeah, I'm playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon right now about
Haynes wants to...
a special American task force sent down to Bolivia to take out a fucking drug cartel. You know what I'm saying? But they got CIA assets in their pocket and they got ex-military in their pocket to help train their goon squads and shit down there. And Tom Clancy does write some fucking very intriguing storylines and plot twists. I have a few of his books too. I've only read one of them, but I do have a couple of his books on the shelf, Tom Clancy, just because just for that reason, like, I know of Tom Clancy from video games. And it's like, when I found out he was an author, I'm like, damn, so why are his writings so popular? So I grabbed a couple of his books. Try to read up on, like, his shit like that. But I don't know, I'm not a big Clancy fan. I like shooter games, honestly. Shooters are probably the only games I really play a lot nowadays. And it's weird because it's so contradictory for me because I'm so anti-military, anti-war, and shit like that. But I play fucking army shooter games where I'm using my imagination to kill other people. But in reality, I don't know. I don't even like that shit. I don't really like war movies. I don't really like reading war stories. It's sad. It's saddening and depressing. Yeah, Clancy's genre of writing, I can imagine how people would look at him like, dude, you're not that good at just predicting what's some situation that could happen. Tom Clancy. Death Conspiracy.
Okie dokie. Well, welcome. This is Michael Basham. We're right now making a bowl of cereal and eating cereal while reading Facebook. And I was just thinking, man, I wish somebody made a video out of this article. How that Obama most likely had Tom Clancy and what's his name assassinated, most likely because they were about to get ready to expose who Obama really is. Meanwhile, the debate on Facebook is that, establishment good, new coming world order bad, whatever. I don't even want to get into their debate. It's just so retarded. I don't even want to even start wasting my thinking for that. I'd rather read this article, and I'm going to just share it while I read it. So this is based on a post from the Free Patriot blog, October 10th, 2013. Dr. Jim Garrow is the Christian founder and executive director of the Bethune Institute, a charitable organization dedicated to advanced education in China via teaching English, giving free books to poor Chinese. Oh, I know this guy. And I'm
gonna get back to what he's talking about, but that I don't understand this shit, man.
Medical scholarships. The teaching English, giving free books. Bethune Institute, a charitable organization dedicated to advanced education in China via teaching English, giving free books to poor Chinese.
Why must Europeans feel like they gotta go everywhere in the fucking world and teach everybody their fucking language? A charitable organization who gives free books to Chinese to teach them English. For what? Why? Everybody, you don't need to fucking talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Stay your ass where the fuck you at and stop trying to convert everybody's mentality to this Western ideology in some fraudulent facade of doing charitable works. Leave motherfuckers alone. Because once you change a man's language, you change their conceptions, and now you're most likely the book that they're giving them is the Bible. And saying that Jesus is your savior. He was a white man from the Middle East. Oh, because these charitable organizations go to poor countries in Africa and give them books and teach them how to speak English. For what? Leave them people the fuck alone. Everybody don't need to think the way you think. That shit is fucking crazy. And people just say that shit like it's good, it's normal. No, we're just going to teach everybody English. We're going to colonize the entire planet with our fucking language and our mentality and our thought process. Our definitions. If I don't speak your language, then I can't define things the same way and using the same terms that you define things. So your concept of good and evil is not the same as my concept of good and evil, because we have completely different terminology and different conceptual ways of thinking about situations and different linguistic ways of expressing these thoughts and emotions. And so therefore, my whole perception of the world is completely different from yours. But as soon as I have to use your definition of anything, now you become the dominant factor because I'm forced to see the world through your perspective, and henceforth you change my reality. And that's not fucking good. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not good. Anyway, back to, what is this? Tom Clancy was assassinated by Obama. We'll see how this plays out.
Oh, I know this guy. And medical scholarships. Through its branch organization, the Pink Pagoda, the institute also rescues baby girls from infanticide in China and finds homes for unwanted girls. Dr. Garrow is credited for saving the lives of over 50,000 Chinese girls. Wow. For which he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. But no, we're not going to give it to him. We should give it to Obama. Obama's the one that really deserves it. Oh, yeah. This is Puppy's problem. All right, so then last Sunday, oh, this is an old article. Look at that. Well, should be reiterated anyway. So Garrow claims that up to a week ago he was a covert CIA agent, but was fired by none other than Obama himself. Because Garrow told the world on Alex Jones' radio show and Glenn Beck's show that Obama's U.S. military was purging top brass using a litmus.
He told the world on Alex Jones' show and Glenn Beck's show. Alex Jones fucking dissed the shit out of Glenn Beck forever. So how are you gonna go on two talk shows where the hosts really don't even like each other? That's like advertising. That's like doing a commercial for Pepsi and Coca-Cola. This is a weird little thing. I don't know. Especially when it comes to like assassinations of an author, like. All I heard really about Tom Clancy is that he passed. I didn't really hear about, the situation surrounding his death, how it happened exactly. I knew he was an older guy. I just assumed like natural causes. Maybe, he had a heart attack, had a stroke, some shit like that. An aneurysm, anything, any kind of natural death, but watch this.
Miss Test of sorts. High-ranking military officials were being asked, would you fire on an American citizen? Garrow claims that if you answered no, you would be fired, but that's not the bombshell. Garrow says he knows Obama had ordered the hits that killed Tom Clancy and Andrew Breitbart. Andrew Breitbart died very, very mysteriously. At age 43, collapsed near a street near his home. Yeah, sure. I mean, he had just had dinner with somebody that was very high up, and it was very mysterious. So they believe that he was killed by the Obama administration. Best-selling author of techno-military thrillers, Tom Clancy died last week on October 2nd at the age of 66. This is a few years old. New York Times said Clancy died at Johns Hopkins Hospital after a brief illness, but neither Clancy's lawyer or his long-term publisher, I haven't known, they didn't know the precise cause of death. Under cause of death on Clancy's autopsy is unknown. Okay. So, very interesting. Apparently, when he was writing The Hunt for Red October, he was met at the door by Pentagon officials and FBI agents demanding to know where he got top-secret documents. Dr. Garrow states that after the incident, the CIA spoon-fed him classified information and scenarios to write his novels in a manner that was entertaining but contained elements of truth. Garrow says that is why Clancy was killed, because he was getting too close to a secret they didn't want the world to know. Well, it doesn't take a huge smart guy to know that Clancy and two other guys, I think it was Michael Hastings and this third guy, we're all working on something about Obama's real identity and his real story. So, very interesting. I'm going to go tend to this puppy. This article doesn't really tell me anything I don't already know, but hey, I just wanted to look at it, and I thought, why not share it while I look at it? So,
but he shared it on Alex Jones and Glenn Beck, and Alex Jones and Glenn Beck are still alive, and so in order to get his story out, he had to go through a certain medium. And that's why I say, like, sometimes conspiracies like that, I don't know, I don't know. You really, really, really gotta be careful with this shit. An author was fed soft intel from the government in order to write his novels, and they feared that he would put something in a fictional book that would alert the masses of some kind of secret agenda that's underway from our government, so they killed him. I don't know, it seems, I don't know, just because he, you know, his books are fictional and he doesn't write you know, he doesn't do journalism work where he's citing and quoting official documentations and putting forth names and evidence. He's writing a story, you know, with a plot, a beginning, middle, and end that may seem plausible. It may, you know, it may happen in real life. It's something that, a scenario that could play out. Would that really put him up on the list to be fucking assassinated as a creative writer, or author? I always look at people like Alex Jones would be more in line to get, you know, X'd out, because he's saying this is the truth and it is a fact and I have proof. Like, Clancy's shit is just, he's saying this is entertainment. You know, Osama wanted to attack America. Yeah, he read my novel to figure out the perfect way to attack America. And I don't know. That's weird as shit, though. And then, like, Obama had him killed, and then he says the Obama administration. So what does that mean? Did Obama really, like, go to some dinner with some guy and sprinkle some poison on his ravioli and said it was Parmesan cheese, and the guy died? Did Obama really fucking go with SEAL Team 6 and shoot Osama bin Laden in the head? Did Obama really, like, fucking poison Tom Clancy himself with a drink of water or something? It's weird as shit, yo. The language that they use around this shit. Mike. Tom Clancy, the author. So he died a couple years ago now. It's 2017. I think he died last year or the year before last. And apparently there is some kind of conspiracy myth that sprang up around his death, saying that the Obama administration was responsible for assassinating him because in his upcoming book, he was going to put some real life information throughout the plot that would alert his readers to some kind of devious plan or activities that the American government were participating in or something like that, and sprinkle some poison. And so it's weird. It's like, but can you completely dismiss something like that? Not really. You know what I'm saying? You can't completely dismiss it. But is it far-fetched, far-reaching? Kind of. Because he's just an author. Like I say, of fiction. He doesn't classify his writings as non-fiction or, you know, or research or anything like that. Yeah, and I remember like Breitbart, his name was in the fucking news the whole time, yo, like when Obama first got into office. But yeah, that is weird as shit, yo. It is weird. And then like you say, but his material is so widely used in all kind of formats, from, you know, his written literature and his novels, to his novels being transferred into screenplays and made into, you know, major motion pictures, to some of his stuff being made into video games. Like, he does have a really big influence over, you know, pop culture. And what it was, Hunt for Red October, that shit was crazy. And was Red Dawn? Red Dawn, that was a Clancy novel, wasn't it? And that shit was crazy. But it's just like weird ass scenarios, like what if? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if? That shit is weird as shit, yo.
God bless you. Don't get sucked into weird Facebook debates with family members. It looks like all hell is breaking loose, but all heaven's breaking loose. And gosh, it's interesting. It's such an interesting time to be alive, man. It's an amazing time. We really need prayer. We really need prayer. So, praise the Lord.
Oh, this is a religious guy.
Aw. My other cousins are all getting sucked into the debate. Anyway. It's amazing. It's a waste of time to argue on Facebook.
Yeah, like I say, his material is widely used. It's really widely used.
So, be out there and be ready to lead the sheep.
You must be here for William. Come in, I'll pop the kettle on. All right, lads.
Remember, everyone, if you open your mind too much, your brain will fall out. No, you would have to open your skull. Your skull would have to be open for your brain to fall out. Your mind is technically not even a part of your brain. They killed the director of Eyes Wide Shut. When I think about people up for assassination, it's more like fucking, I don't know. What about Snowden, Edward Snowden? Like, they really tried to kill that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When I think like, who they want to assassinate for real, it'd be motherfuckers like that, not like actors and fucking writers and shit. They're gonna spill the beans. In that case, the directors, the Wachowski brothers should have got fucking assassinated for that first Matrix movie when they put that shit out. Yeah, Stanley Kubrick, I heard that interview about him fucking faking the moon landing. Yeah, motherfuckers like JFK, like, you gotta be like that for a motherfucker to really want to get up and assassinate your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's the whole way that our entertainment is set up, where it's presented as entertainment. And as long as it's presented as entertainment, no matter how big their platform is, their audience is going to perceive it as entertainment. Kaepernick was a football player for, I guess, a couple years, and that's all he ever was, and nobody ever perceived him to be anything else other than a football player, an entertainer, until he did something to make people think about situations different. Now he's not just a football player anymore. Now he's an activist or whatever, you know, but he actually did something different. As long as an entertainer, director, producer, writer, as long as they continue to put forth their material or their work as entertainment, their audience will accept it as entertainment until they say, look, yo, this is not entertainment. This shit is real. And then maybe people will listen. And then, you know, their platform will look at the material differently. But until then, I don't know. Yeah, but they gotta say, if their voice reaches many, they still gotta say, this is not for pretend anymore. I'm not fucking playing a game. I'm being dead serious, people. And then people will listen. You know? Yeah. All the 9/11 witnesses. I mean, but they was saying something true. You know what I'm saying? Even on a small platform, like, motherfucker, y'all can't keep telling the truth. And they not saying like, oh, this is fiction, it's just for your entertainment. It's like, nah, nigga, yo, they was bombs in that shit. Bombs, molten steel, the beams were cut at an angle. There was thermite, you know, weeks before this shit, I heard construction, wires, drilling, you know, the building collapsed and it caved in upon itself. You know, 10 seconds flat, free fall speed. People, building 7. People were telling the truth. They like, you, shut up. You, shut up. You and you. Or they gagged them, or they said, if you keep saying this shit, we'll end your career. You won't be able to work nowhere ever. We're gonna end your life. We'll make the shit miserable. And everybody got quiet over that shit. Like I say, once again, Alex Jones was putting so much information out. He would have been a good candidate for assassination, but he's still alive. So. Oh, Fable Enemies is a good one, yo. Fable Enemies follows the paper trail all the way back, yo. They said Clancy was putting too much real shit in his fucking books, trying to spill the beans through his novels and shit. Kind of like how people said Dan Brown did with the Da Vinci Code. Like, motherfucker, you saying too much. Cut it out, man. You saying too much in these books. But once again, Dan Brown just putting it forth as entertainment, as a fictional story with fictional characters of some shit that never really happened. What? Alex Jones is talking about aliens now? Wait a minute, because Alex Jones used to fucking straight bash David Icke for talking about aliens. What up, Disturbed? Chilling. Yeah. And that's what nobody wants to remember. They always say, remember 9/11, remember the towers. Well, can we remember Building 7 that collapsed with a wedge crimp right in the middle and fell right down into his own basement? No major fires, No major structural damage. Can we please remember that? How the fuck did that happen? How did the BBC News broadcast say that Building 7 collapsed 6 minutes before it fucking collapsed? You're sitting there, look, Building 7 has just collapsed. Building 7 is still standing up right behind you. We can see it in the picture. It's standing there. How do you know it's collapsed? The building is there. But nobody remembers that shit though, right? We forget all about that shit. Let's not remember that part. Let's just remember that 2 planes took down 110-story buildings. Flat. No major chunks of debris. The tops of the buildings didn't fall off and fall to the street and, had massive portions of building left. The building just basically disintegrated. It turned into a big pile of dust and blew miles across the city, and just concrete, just pulverized concrete and everything. Just it was 110-story building was decimated to about 3 stories of rubble. How? Where did the force come from? Where did that energy come from? How did that happen? It amazes me. That's what really got me into fucking conspiracy theories. I was 19 years old and I was living in Philadelphia on September 11th. And it's like, what the fuck? They shut down our whole city and everything. And ever since then, it's like, the more I looked into that shit, it's like, yo, that shit is ridiculous. Never in history did a steel frame building collapse from a fire. They said all we need is 1 or 2 lines to knock down these fires. We only got 3 small fires. 3 small fires? Yeah, it ain't nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that day was crazy, yo. But yeah, I swear, Alex Jones used to tear motherfuckers up for talking about aliens. Now it says the real secrets of alien covenant leaked. Let me see what the hell this shit's talking about. Like I say, I don't even really fuck with Alex Jones no more.
Of 1776. You're white male!
It's also what happens when you listen to the radio host, Alex Jones.
Move, bitch! Get out the way! We pledge allegiance to one flag, and that flag is the American flag.
InfoWars helped fuel the rumor that President Obama is an ISIS supporter.
It's been a cozy relationship from the beginning. I will not let you down. You will be very, very impressed, I hope. And I think we'll be speaking a lot about Donald Trump and Alex Jones.
This means that Donald Trump will be the 45th president of the United States.
Waging war on corruption. It's
Alex Jones.
In 2012, award-winning director Ridley Scott released Prometheus, that reportedly gives us the history of where the entire Alien franchise came from. Now, coming up in May of 2017, we're going to see Alien Covenant. It's important to understand that the globalists, the social engineers that rule this planet, do not believe the theory of evolution postulated by Charles Darwin. They believe that advanced alien civilizations seeded life on this planet. Their religion is a belief in panspermia, or that viable organisms were purposely or accidentally seeded to this globe, and that now they, the elite or the Illuminati, are continuing what the gods established and have taken control of human evolution. Sickeningly, the eugenicists believe that they are following in the footsteps of these humanoid gods and have turned the entire planet into a giant petri dish where they are testing on the populations thousands and thousands of different mutagens every year to attempt to create these new super mutations that they believe will bring the new superhuman to the earth. Alien Covenant's current release date is May 19th, 2017. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break down not just what the film covers, but the dogma and the philosophy and the religion behind it. So get ready for the real secrets of Alien Covenant leaks.
Nah, I never heard of the executioner. Yeah, Jones said, yeah, when his wife started coming at him, because they went through that divorce, and she's like, he's fucking crazy. Look at the shit he says on his show sometimes and how he acts. And I mean, our kids, he does a lot of this shit at home. Our kids are influenced by this. Oh, his lawyers. Alex Jones plays a character. That's not who he is. It's not really who he is. He's not that person. It's a character for television. And I'm like, really? So you've been playing, I've been listening to some guy who plays a character? I don't know. I don't know.
Furniture is the background of our lives, and I want to make it really beautiful. My impression of Menards is that they really have everything there. I can get the sonotubing, vice grips, and construction adhesive, all the tools I need for what.
Everybody loves a good apocalypse, and the wild popularity of the Fallout series is testament to that. Fallout embraces science with the unbridled enthusiasm of your drunk dad at a wedding, and that's what makes it great. There's a sense that everything is rooted in the gritty world of real science, making it all the more threatening, but with a dash of over-the-top science fiction bombasticness to keep things exciting. Now, I'm a big fan of science facts, particularly if they're hot and fresh, so let's look at some now. I'm Ben from What Culture, and here are 9 little-known science facts that make Fallout even cooler. Number 9. Power armor. Exoskeletons. You can't talk about Fallout without talking about the power armor. The real question is, could you have one in, real life? Yes and no. Organizations such as DARPA are already working on powered exoskeletons for the armed forces, and while this won't allow you to stomp about the place with impunity like in Fallout, they would enable troops to carry immensely heavy loads and lift great weights. Granted, the reality is that sealing yourself into a suit and falling from a great height or taking some heavy fire is probably more likely to turn you into meat soup rather than a war machine, but technology-enhanced troops are on the way, make no mistake. Number 8. Synths. Robot rights. In terms of Fallout analogs, our current levels of artificial intelligence technology would probably enable us to create Gen 1 and perhaps even Gen 2 synths. The problem with Gen 3 synths is the process of creating an artificial living mind is as much an ethical problem as it is a technological one. Just as the Gen 3 synths in Fallout 4 insist that they should be afforded the same rights as humans, real-life robotics experts are having the same debates. What rights would an artificial consciousness have? We have already created an emotional robot whose emotional status affords her the right to be protected from both abuse and sexual exploitation, and I'm not lying, that's totally true. Her name is Pepper, and she's precious, don't hurt her. Number 7. MAD. Fallout was nearly our reality. The whole situation in Fallout is essentially an alternative reality in which the tactics of the appropriately named MAD, or Mutually Assured Destruction, doctrine failed to work as a deterrent and backfired spectacularly. With MAD, world powers worked to stockpile as many nuclear weapons as possible to ensure that any country that would choose to launch their nukes would receive return fire in hellish abundance. In the real world, we narrowly avoided this eventuality when on the 26th of September 1983, the nuclear early warning system of the Soviet Union reported the launch launch of multiple USAF intercontinental ballistic missiles from bases in the United States. An investigation ruled the satellite had malfunctioned, but let's all be thankful the investigation was carried out at all. Number 6. Rad roaches. Megafauna. One delightful feature of the Fallout landscape are the giant bugs that plague your progress, but how did they get that way? Yes, perhaps the radiation caused the grow like crazy gene to flicker on, but there could be another factor at play, because the Earth has seen gigantic insects before. Meganeura is a genus of insects that were doing their thing around 300 million years ago. Around the same time, the oxygen levels in the Earth's atmosphere was at a record high, and scientists have long thought that the two were related. But if they are, then what does that mean for Fallout's megabugs? In a post-apocalyptic world, there are scientifically fewer fossil fuels being burned, and deforestation grinds to a halt, so the global oxygen levels may spike, and there are your giant bugs. Number 5. Ghouls. Radiation sickness. Whilst the idea of nuclear fallout creating a shambling race of immortal mutants is unlikely, the reality is that radiation does cause genetic mutations, so the idea is not completely off the table. Aging and death in normal humans is generally brought about by the shortening of a part of your chromosomes called telomeres. Perhaps it's possible that the mutations brought about by the nuclear fallout of the Great War could prevent the telomeres from shortening, meaning that cells that are replicated can be replicated indefinitely, as well as maybe possibly hypothetically damaging chromosomes in a specific immortality-causing way. It also causes damage that would cause the hair to fall out and the skin to blister and ulcerate. We call this radiation sickness. They call them ghouls. Number 4. FEV. CRISPRs. The forced evolutionary virus is one of the major reasons why the Fallout landscape is crawling with things that look like they've been dragged out of a drain. Slightly worryingly, there's a real-world analogue, and it's even better. You've probably heard of them. They're called CRISPRs. It's a fun acronym. The FEV is based on a retrovirus with its ability to insert foreign DNA into an existing genome. This is all fine and dandy, but it can lead to adverse effects such as sterilization, as the FEV views haploid gametes, the sex cells, as incomplete and corrects the error. CRISPRs are a genome editing tool. They're actually the naturally occurring defense mechanism of a wide variety of bacteria against the threat of viruses. But when we harness their power in the lab, we can do an unprecedented amount of genetic tinkering. With CRISPRs, you could create a genetically perfect human super soldier whatever, and one that can breed to boot, with none of the unpleasant side effects associated with the FEV. We don't currently do this thanks to those pesky ethical codes, but in the advent of a nuclear apocalypse, who knows? Number 3. Energy weapons. More powerful than lightning. When you've got a rad scorpion charging towards you, it's important to have a weapon to hand that will reduce it to an angry pile of ash. But how much energy does...
He just brought up some good shit. So goddamn, what if there is some kind of nuclear fucking holocaust? You know, massive population reduction and shit. Almost, you know, like an extinction level event with the echelon. You know, they got they fucking bunkers and shit. How would they repopulate? These motherfuckers would try to make a perfectly cloned race of people, yo, to repopulate the earth with. Wow, I didn't catch that first part, but Bush had family working at the World Trade Center? I wouldn't doubt it. I know one of my favorite documentaries, 9/11 Mysteries. They talked to one of the guys who was owner of the security firm that provided, you know, digital and electric and physical security for the building, and how they got a notice, you know, like it was some construction going on and they got a notice like that day, or was it like the day before, that says all the security needs to be shut down for this construction. He was like, dude, we need more notice than that. You you mean shut down everything? He's like, yes, now, do it now. And dude was like, that was like some of the weirdest shit that ever happened for them to shut down all their fucking security functions so abruptly like that. He was like, it was unprecedented. You know, especially for such a building. You know, like, this is the World Trade Center. But no, all the stuff that I've done for clients in the past couple of weeks is gone. Everything is shipped out. I got all those projects done and they're all shipped out, and everybody has already received their either paintings or drawings. And so the stuff I'm working on now is just my own projects that I'm painting just because I like to paint. Yeah, I've been there once when I go to New York. You know, like I said, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm not far from Philly, so I'm like 2 hours from Philly and 2 hours from New York. It's not even a long drive to get over there. I got some homies over there. I was trying to figure out something to do in the city just to have a reason to go over there and hang out. But so yeah, all these pieces I'm working on are just for me because I like painting. Oh yeah.
Does it take to vaporize an adversary? Well, the lovely people over at Nerdist did the sums, and it turns out that answer is a metric ton, or more precisely, 2.
That's what it says. Their sacrifice. A sacrifice is something given willingly. Sacrifice is something given willingly. Oh, I'll never forget their sacrifice. What? Sacrifice? Like a burnt offering? A burnt offering to who? For what? Wait a minute. Sacrifice. Sounds kind of occultic, doesn't it?
And now they want to kill them. Martial law is coming, so think about your children. Say we need a bigger army, so they gotta train the youth. Mandatory military service, what they gonna do? 18 to 25, 3 months of boot camp. Send them money overseas and still I can't get food stamps. 110 stories collapse, 10 seconds flat. Man, how the hell they do that? You must be can't do math. When I talk about this stuff, a lot of people do math. State put you in a FEMA camp. Too bad the average person stressed and no recession got us too bad. Big banks getting bailed out, the feds losing cash. Soldiers still dying every day out in Iraq. They trying to sell the country out. The people gotta take it back. Better read the Constitution, cause we need a new solution. 9/11 truth got me ready for the revolution. Fighting for my freedom, cause man, I think we about to lose it. If you really patriotic, now the time to show and prove it. better read the Constitution, cause we need a new solution. 9/11 truth got me ready for the revolution, fighting for my freedom, cause man, I think we about to lose it. If you really patriotic, now the time to show improvement. Now the cap and trade, now they got the carbon tax, plus they killed the Constitution when they made the Patriot Act. Now they got my phone tap, selling yeah, and all that. Tried to vote against it, but Barack Obama brought it back. Now they up on Act 2, spread that fast like hat 2. Better drop that fast school, start to be some damn news. Wall Street gang, try to play us like some damn fools. Things won't change unless the people make some damn moves. PrisonPlanet.com, info wars and drop bombs. I know the truth is scary, but listen up and stay calm. Unemployment rate got so many wanna steal and rob, but them peoples in that tower really lost their day job. Uncle Sam getting over cause he thinking we dumb. Wanna be a slave or do you wanna fight for freedom? Black president, never thought that we would see one. A president don't change things, this is just a rerun. This is just a rerun. A president don't change things, this is just a rerun. A rerun, this is just a rerun. A president don't change things, this is just a rerun. Oh man. Alright, I'm definitely check it out. I don't know, One-Eyed Cat, can you? They wanna take it where I sovereignty, no posse commentator, they ain't got no apologies. Now everywhere I go it's like a dark cloud follow me. Got me starting to think that it's hard technology. Now they playing God trying to change the weather, while we stuck in the matrix still chained together. Getting beat round, kicked down, can change whoever. But I'ma see if I can make a change for the better. I'm the best thing ever to happen to the movement, cause I'ma use my music to bring the youth in. Roundhouse karate, chop the system like Bruce in. Every verse I kick, I be spitting the truth. If you trapped in the box, it's because your own doing. I'm out of this world, you better call on Houston. And all you world leaders, who the hell you think you fooling? Cause you don't give a damn about the state of the union. They y'all see I'm crazy, going insane. But I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the ones to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same. They all say I'm crazy, going insane. But I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the one to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same. When I start to black out, they say trap you dead wrong. But the system won't change, they still writing dead songs. Break the Constitution till the thing dead gone. I can't believe that slavery lasted this long, and it really hits home when you start to lose jobs. Still looking for the truth, listening to Blue Dots. Grab a megaphone, start yelling at a few snobs. I'm a real patriot, guess what? You not, and it's getting too hot. Man, I saw two cops, gave the Obama deception and said you watch. Said I sound like Tupac, looking at his new watch. Told me I was loitering, I had to move 2 blocks. Had me wrapped up in chains, shackled down with 2 locks. So I had to shake the machine until the screws pop. Riding around town, putting flyers in your news box. Trapped in the darkness, now we got a new spot. Y'all see I'm crazy, going insane. But I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the ones to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same. They all say I'm crazy, going insane. But I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the one to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same. Your first education starts in the household. Gotta teach the kids, don't sit and keep your mouth closed. Read to them, sing to them, it helps their mind grow, so they have a better chance when they let the dice roll. Everything internet, hardbacks are old news, but you gotta keep the new mixed with the old school. Got a lot of new laws, hope you know the old rules, cause a young dummy only grows into an old fool. Guidelines, codex, alimentarius, feeding us poison prison but won't pay to bury us. 1933, the country went bankrupt. 1935, the bank said they own us. Now we all born with the mark of the beast. Social security number, you better believe that you are private property of a company. So I'ma reclaim myself in the name of peace. They all say I'm crazy, going insane, but I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the ones to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same. They all say I'm crazy, going insane, but I'ma speak the truth until I see some change. It's obvious the youth ain't the one to blame, because parents and teachers are one and the same.
Yeah, these my old songs, man. Some of my old shit. Yo, thanks guys. Yeah, these are some of my old songs, man. Before I started painting, I thought I was gonna be a rapper. This is like some of the last music that I was writing. I used to write like everybody else, just a bunch of gangster ass shit, guns and drugs and bitches and weed and clothes and shit like that. And then but the last shit I started writing, I was like about 10, 11 years ago. I started doing my research real hard, and after a couple years of just doing like regular music, I was like, yo, I need something different to write about. I get tired of writing about stripper bitches, fat blunts and shit. But so yeah, I wrote a couple of songs and recorded some songs on like some different type shit, and it really didn't get, you know, the positive reaction from the local community that I thought it would. And at that time I was kind of like getting burnt out with writing anyway, and I was doing more painting. And so I came to a crossroads like, yo, am I gonna fucking keep writing this music? People don't really fucking like my style. They don't like what the fuck I'm saying anyway. Or am I gonna go with like my natural talent and just stick with this painting shit and them and try to Boozy. Yo, that's what's up, yo. Play it back. All right, I'll go through them again, yo. I got some other good ones for you, man. This if you go on my YouTube channel, man, I got a little mixtape up here with 12 tracks. I got like 20 tracks, but all of them not good, trust me. It's hard for me to make a good song. Not even a good song, just a song that's okay enough to actually listen to. And so I got one mixtape that got 20 tracks on it, but honestly only like about 7 songs on that shit. And then I put out this other mixtape that had 4 songs on it. I like that shit. Then I had like some other random one-off tracks and shit, but I don't know. That New Solutions, Parents and Teachers. This one right here is a good one. Diamonds. I'm singing on this one, so don't criticize me.
My goal in life is to strive to do a little bit better. I know for a fact I don't do everything accordingly, and I do a lot of things I ain't supposed to. The one thing I try not to do though,
lie to the kids.
Lie to the kids.
I don't lie to my kids, yo.
When my little man come ask daddy a question,
I try to tell him the truth. Santa Claus real? No. Easter Bunny real? No. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. Did Columbus discover America? No. I don't play that shit, man. I don't lie to my damn kids, man. Fuck that.
my goal in life is to strive to do a little bit better. I know for a fact I don't do everything accordingly, and I do a lot of things I ain't supposed to. The one thing I try not to do though is lie to the kids. When my little man come ask daddy a question, I try to tell him the truth every time. The truth. perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. Now is the perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. If you wanna know the real, you can read the dollar bill. And the truth is so cold that sometimes I get the chills. And this world is so sick that sometimes I feel ill. But the only thing the doctor's gonna do is give you pills, prescribe you this, prescriptions for that. Addictions to barbiturates, methadone, new crack. And you ain't gotta smoke it all, just take a Marinol. Everything synthesized, that's when we headed, y'all. And they gonna clone all the Bilderberg members. But the phoenix always gonna rise from the embers. Like the winter solstice in the late December 2012, Armageddon, just remember, you're here for a purpose, and your life is worthless if you can't elevate your mind past the surface. Wake up all your chakras, become a new person. You are a living spirit, the creator made you perfect. Now is the perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. Now is the perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. I know 9/11 was an inside job and a lot of people died, but you can't blame Allah. Muslims didn't plant the bombs, no place at the Pentagon, but you can't blame Bush either. He was just a pawn, then they hide all the facts, continue to carry on. So searching for the truth is like chasing leprechauns. If you want the problem solved, use brain over brawn. I respect Alex Jones cause the info was our own. If Barack Hussein Obama was a real savior, he couldn't fight the New World Order on his own. And no, I'm not a psychic, but this jewel is priceless. Yeah, this war is gonna change the place you call home. But when you in Rome, gotta do as the Roman. But what about the minds, Easter Island and Stonehenge? Too much pressure and stress can make your bones bend. I hope you do your own research when the song ends. Now is the perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. Now is the perfect timing. I'm gonna keep on rhyming. No more truth denying, so my kids can shine like diamonds. For that track, that's that other painting I did of myself. I never made like a video or anything. Well, I was in a video, but I never made like a video for any of my songs. So when I put my shit on YouTube, I just put like some of my art up there sometimes and stuff like that. It's easy. Take care. Okay, Disturbed. I ain't like the single part either, bro. I ain't had nobody sing that shit for me, man. Yo, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man. Make shit happen. Come on, baby. 9/11 true. 9/11, you can't say I ain't staying on my 9/11 shit, yo. Trying to tell motherfuckers, yo, 9/11 was an inside job. If you are human, then we are equal. Time to take the power back, give it to the people. Open up the curtains, see through the evil. Cause they use deceptions, trying to deceive you. Bleed through injections, stick you with needles. My friend got vaccinated, still caught the measles. Gotta get the message out, travel like the Beatles. Sleep with the fishes, or fly with the eagles. What can we do? Somebody ask me. Teach it to your children, they tell it to their classmates. Cause they are the future, living in the last days. But a young, brilliant mind will change the landscape. Bondage and slavery. Let's try to escape, alter the course of the world with just a handshake. And I failed to graduate, so education mandate. Time to heal the problem, we can't fix it with a band-aid. So I tell the truth to my kids. Give them all the knowledge, then we play like recess. Sometimes we happy and sometimes we stress. Always follow your dreams, don't live off regrets. So I tell the truth to my kids. Give them all the knowledge, then we play like recess. Sometimes we happy and sometimes we stress. Always follow your dreams, don't live off regrets. If you never been poor, can't understand my story. Why I fight for the cause and never for the glory. Now they got my phone tapped, trying to record me. Cause all these lying politicians just bore me. No more patience for the fabrications. I just realize all the time we wasting. All the other slaves, man, I'm really trying to save them. So we can live our lives freer than the Masons. And it's amazing how they got us brainwashed. Drive out with little kids playing in the sandbox. Won't travel the desert, they say the sand hot. Complain but won't try to fight to get what they got. Instead they watch TV and let their brains rot. While guns and drugs are part of their plot. And I just cannot fall for the system. You don't stand for something, then you fall as a victim. So I tell the truth to my kids. Give them all the knowledge, then we play like recess. Sometimes we happy and sometimes we stress. Always follow your dream, don't live off regrets. So I tell the truth to my kids. Give them all the knowledge, then we play like recess. Sometimes we happy and sometimes we stress. Always follow your dreams, don't live off regrets. Got too much television, not enough books. Too many pawns, not enough crooks. Not enough queens, not enough kings. To teach our children how to do the right things. But every journey starts off with baby steps. You gotta stay on top, keep your grades in check. And you shouldn't have sex if you ain't ready yet. Gotta learn to manage money, don't get in debt. And if you got student loans, better pay the rest. Because a good credit score is a great success. But your Uncle Sam might get upset when you see me on the podium and you up next. Don't dwell on regrets, cause we fighting for the future. Call me the teacher, call me the tutor. Crucial decisions, this game is brutal. I'ma make a spark and let the fire run through you.
Y'all see how I was writing this shit for my son? Because this is how I talk to my son about shit like this. So I wrote some songs. It's for everybody, but it was some shit that I can spit to my son. I'm like, listen, son, I'm trying to tell you something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I try to get it all in there, man. Yeah, I play chess. 1%. Don't make me have to castle on your ass real quick and get that bombardment started with my 2 rooks. You know what I'm saying? I might get you with a motherfucking fool's mate and 6 moves right off the top. A piece like this, and I probably put like little 1,300 on this. Ain't shit, man. 1,300. You can claim two of your sister kids on your income tax and get that extra little bit of bread. You mean you have enough money to get one of these? No problem. No problem. No, I'm not in Atlanta. I wish I was. You know what I'm saying? It's like Black New York. Let's see, I got some more music for you guys. This is a good one. This is my first attempt at trying to say something more than just dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? This was like, I probably recorded this track in so when did we go to all right, September 11th, 2001. We went to Iraq in 2002 for Operation Freedom Iraq. I wrote this song 5 years after that. So, yeah, I wrote and recorded this song right here in 2007, literally 10 years ago. No fools made on you? Okay, I ain't even gonna try it then. You know, I won't even try it.
Freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators for your freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators. I got shot, nobody got caught. Biggie got killed, nobody did shit. So we buy more guns and sell more games. Cop new cars and rocket chains. But who made the rules to the games that we play? Maybe the ones who did the slave trade. 15 and locked up, real statistics. 15 and pregnant, shit's realistic. Childhood fun, too bad that you miss it. Corner, trap, stuck in the system. Corners, blocks, project buildings. This is the way that we raise our children. Teach them how to steal and about drug dealing. They blind to the facts, so they need our healing. Welfare office, packed to the ceiling. The kids having kids and the kids keep killing. Back for your freedom, back, cause you know you need to. Back, the system won't change unless my gladiators. For your freedom, back, cause you know you need to. Back, the system won't change unless my gladiators. Also my hand made me push my pencil. While we support, gotta push the issue. Some sell drugs and pop the pistols. They made it hard, the life that I've been through. Biggest game, police and politicians, and you know Latin is right there written on the back of $1. New world order, teach the truth to our sons and our daughters. Fundamental passage, trapped in the borders, the hold us back. It's time to get over. Weight is power, weight on your shoulders. First like water, then like steel. Shadow skills and strike like a cobra. Eventually do it, but we need more soldiers to think you know it. But you gotta decode it. These are the last days, it's been quoted. For your freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators. For your freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators. Oh man, got the whole hood handcuffed, trap or die. Let me see you throw your hands up, bang on the system till my hands cut. Ready for the mission, soldiers stand up. Gladiator music, starting a movement. Gotta educate, motivate the movement. Overthrow the government so we can move in. Bush is a lizard, just look at it, scan it. 33 presidents next up the scan. If we don't bang now, it's never gonna end. Been going through the shit for too many years. Until I make a nigga cry out of tears when we sold the drugs. They brought over here. Show your pride, nigga, hide your fear. We gotta ride like 18 wheels. It's almost over, the time is here. For your freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators. For your freedom, cause you know you need to. The system won't change unless my gladiators. And that war fire. Shit's never gonna change unless we stand up and make a difference.
I wrote that shit 10 years ago. Nobody went to hear no shit like that. I don't even think you talking about overthrowing the government and Bush is a lizard. What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean? Bush is a lizard and 33 presidents next of his kin. I don't even understand what the fuck you're talking about, Trap, man. Nobody want to hear this shit, man. Why don't you just write some regular shit, man? Damn, I got this beat, man. Make a weed song, make a smoke song or something. Oh my God, I'm tired of making smoking songs, bro. I want to write about something deep, constructive. I want my lyrics to be meaningful, inspirational, empowering even. Damn it, I want to make a point. I want to be informative and educational and entertaining all at the same time. Why can't I just do that? I'm a high school dropout. I don't know about that shit. Nigga, I dropped out of high school too. Motherfucker, didn't they teach you how to read before you got out of school? Shit, you should have stayed long enough to learn how to read. That is key, my dude. Reading is fun to the mentals. Then you can educate yourself afterwards. You can leave the establishment because they taught you something, a useful skill. Now you can use that useful skill to further your own education. And write shit, important shit, and put it to a beat and make a song out of it, and then you can educate other people entertainingly. No, it's a bad idea. It's not gonna work. I think I better work on these paintings than shit. Fuck all this rapping shit, man. Hard rapping. Fuck rap music. Shit. What? Oh, my bad. Maybe not. I don't really have like a planned schedule. You just gotta subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button so you get notifications when I do turn on the camera. Knights Templar. This is where we get the unlucky day of Friday the 13th. Why? Because they tried to assassinate all the Knights Templars on that day. Right? Right? Am I right? Yeah, right? I'm right. I think. Possibly. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to just go with that whole Friday the 13th thing. Yeah. That's history. Science. All right, okay. Wow, this dude used to rap, and he paint, and he got dreads. This motherfucker's an oxymoron. He's a walking contradiction. I've never met a black man like this. Why isn't he gangbanging, prostituting, and selling crack cocaine to his community? Doesn't he have felonies or anything? Is there any illegal firearms in his residence? No? Wow. He's like an anomaly. Analogy? Oh, no. Anomaly. That's right. That's the right word. Anomaly. Monopoly. I love that game. All right, this is a good one. There's like one or two conscious bars in here where I poke a little jab at the government in this song too. Let's see if y'all can pick up on it. LOL, that is true. See? Smart, man, smart. How long I'm in here? An hour and a half? All right, good timing. I got somebody else singing. Now, she don't sound good, but she sang better than I do.
Trap all day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Trap all day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. See, we get plenty paper, so we got plenty haters. Hot like a generator, ride on many cables. You wouldn't want the beat, cause we the instigators. You ain't initiated, get your ass penetrated. We got good stripes, niggas been affiliated. Get your mind right and get your shit renovated. I write so many pages, cause I went through many changes. Now I'm stuck in my ways, and nothing can phase up. Man, looking for an early grave at an early age. Stressed out, chest out, heart full of anger. You better get your best out. Y'all niggas in danger. I bang with the rage. I got this same gorilla. I'm poison your cornflakes of a serial killer. You laughing, but I'm a real serious nigga. My young boys mashing. Try to stack bigger South cracks on the map. And we try to get bigger, yeah. All day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. All day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. I show you what my life like, let you know my life real. I beat you with a lead pipe, show you how my night feel. I'm tired of the grinding, so I'm rapping, trying to get a deal. But they make it so hard, I gotta grind more. Smoking Carolina pine, got the bitches popping pills. One shot from my nine, I blow your mind like a daffodil. Cradle to the grave, my soldiers retaliate. Them bullets will ricochet, you niggas will levitate. When the money circulates, then shit is all good. And Uncle Sam regulates all the drugs in the hood. Marijuana, pills, cocaine products, experiments on blacks and put us in the projects. Cause by the World Trade Center was the main target. The whole world know that the system is garbage. So I chill with my niggas trying to build on some real shit. But I still kill with a clip full of hollow tips. All day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Trap all day in the hood, all day. Don't play, get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Get your grind on. Carolinas, trap out, trap out. Trap house, yeah, you can find Get you grind on, get you grind on. Tap all day and all night. Get you grind on, get you grind on.
Why do you call yourself Trap House Entertainment?
I know you want it, I know you need it. So girl, come get it. We can pull a freaking tonight. The way you shake it, I just can't take it. We can pull a freaking tonight. I know you need it. So girl, come get it. We can pull a freaking tonight. The way you shake it, I just can't take it. We can pull a freaking.
Listen up, shawty. Let's do something tonight, shawty. Hit your spots, have you twisting all night, shawty. Looking at me, you can tell I do it right, shawty. Hear my B-boy stance looking tight, shawty. For your nigga, but I got my mind right, shawty. So stop playing and come and chill with me tonight, shawty. Looking at you walking, tell the thing tight, shawty. I wanna beat it down like I'm in a fight, shawty. You want it too, so you know my name is right, shawty. Peer pressure on so you can't fight, shawty. Hey, I ain't pushing you, I just want it tonight, shawty. So when you leave the club, holla at me tonight, shawty. And I'll show you how to beat that thing right, shawty. Barbecue a meal, do it's on you, shawty. It's on you, shawty. I'm trying to see what the hell you gon' do, shawty. What you gon' do, shawty? I know you want it, I know you need it. So girl, come get it.
I wrote the hook for this track. I wrote my verse, of course, and I wrote the bridge at the end of the track. Like, so everything that the dude is singing, I wrote all of that shit, plus my verse. Only thing I didn't write was that first verse that my homie spit right there. So now it's the verse, it's the chorus, and then my verse. And then, like I said, there's a chorus and a bridge at the end, but I wrote all of that shit, yo. This was a pretty decent song. We actually performed this song. We opened up for Young Buck at a little club with this song right here.
I just can't take it. We can pull a freaking tonight. I know you need it. So girl, come get it. We can pull a freaking tonight. The way you shake it, I just can't take it. We can pull a freaking tonight. Top player tremendous, pimping is my religion. So stay out my business, cause all you faggots sin. I'm swimming in women, they swallow my children. We smoke a couple of blunts, get high as the ceiling. Mommy, don't fight the feeling, your frame is so appealing. After the club, we chillin', you drunk and I'm lifted. It's gonna get explicit, but don't get it twisted. We not making love, shorty, we just getting freaky. So you ain't gotta tease me, just go ahead and please me. You gon' get yours too, baby girl, just believe me. I know you want it, I know you need it. So you should just meet me in the parking lot, weed it. Take it back to the hotel, get it steamy. I break that back in, baby, and make you start screaming. After one little freaky, I had that ass fiending. After one little freaky, I had that ass fiending. He say, she say, meet me at the holiday. We can pull a freaky tonight. She had a cup full of Alizé. I'm drinking that Hennessy. Pull a freaky tonight. Fix us together and they call us the passion. We making it happen up in the room smashing. I'm trying to blow you back in, give you orgasms. I know you need it, baby. We can pull a freaking tonight. We can pull a freaking tonight. It's all on you, yeah. I know you want it, I know you need it. So girl, come get it. We can pull a freaking tonight. The way you move it, the way you shake it, I just can't take it. Tonight, 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 baby, can
That was one of my favorite tracks right there, yo. That shit used to be rocking, right? This me and the dude who was singing. This just me and him on this track right here. So I think I got 2 verses, and he just picks up the hooks for me. I wrote the hooks, like, most of the time, like, when I got him to sing for me, I already had the hooks written out. I'll be like, yo, E-Class, I got this hook. I knew you was singing this shit for me, bruh. And then I sang it to him in my Oscar the Grouch voice. And then he'll pick that shit up. He'll sing that shit back like, yo, you got it. That's how that shit need to sound, yo. And this fucker can really sing, yo. Like, he is an amazing vocalist, yo. I miss doing music with all these guys, yo. I swear. That shit used to be fun. Yo, he can sing.
Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe. Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe.
We need to have y'all stuck on the same scene. I made enough cream by Thursday, real mean. Now it's Friday, about to ride real clean. Got the girls hanging on every word that I speak. I met a few freaks chilling down at the beach. They say I look so nice and I dress real neat. I say you smell so good, I bet you taste real sweet. Pimp move, flow bones, just like a OG. I'm smoking on the green underneath the palm trees. My dress feel good when they blowing in the breeze. Little buddy got low, started blowing on her knees, and she bust up in the pro. How she made me ski. Sorry to say it's so, but mommy, I gotta leave. But I'll keep your number for the next time we meet. I'm on a little mission, can't slow down my speed. But there's another Friday coming next week.
Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe. Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe.
Every little town got their own little club, so I'ma skip around, try to hit all of them up. Take a sip off my crown, then hit off of my Dutch. Off my way through the club, helping to keep it crunk. But damn, shorty, your body wouldn't let me pass you. Dressed so tight that it looked like a tattoo. So I had to ask you to meet me in the bathroom right after the show. I'm trying to see you that soon. We humped so fast that I gave her a heat rash. Pockets full of cash, and I'm chilling with E-Class. We get the city popping, then we out in a flash. Left foot on the gas, and we having a blast. Y'all niggas all jokes, we having a good laugh. And the sun will be up before I get back to the Ave. And I gotta go to work, but I really don't care. Wait, 24 times on this Friday somewhere.
It's Friday, I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe. Friday night, about to hit the town tonight. I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe. Oh, you might catch me on the west side, you might catch me on the north side, you know what I'm saying, east side, on my south side riders, and we all over Carolina, baby, you know what I'm saying, coming from up in this business, so, you know what I'm saying, you can't agree, baby. Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, babe. Friday night, about to hit the town tonight, and you know I got my pockets right. I got a couple ladies with me, let me know you wanna roll, baby. You wanna roll with me, baby. Let me know you wanna roll with me, baby. Yeah, little buddy. Let me get your phone number, girl. Hey, where you going? Hey, fuck that bitch trap. Hey, everybody go. Hey, fuck that trap. We going, cuz. Hey. Yeah, that's it. It's a wrap.
You see, I even try to play myself like the lane, like, yo, shut let me get your phone number. Hey, girl, hey, where you going? Yeah, let me get your number. Fuck that shit, man. She didn't give me a number, man. Friday night. I remember asking, when I put this mixtape out, my man who was singing, I asked his wife's brother. I was like, yo, what's your favorite song on the mixtape, yo? He's like, yo, Friday Night. I think that's my favorite song, yo. I love that shit, yo. I was like, word, I do be liking that shit too, especially if you play it on Friday night. Oh man, it's the shit. You play that song on Friday night, you out riding, chilling, you know what I'm saying, about to go hit a bar or some shit up, man. Friday night. Oh, especially if it's like spring or summertime and the weather's fucking nice, yo. Oh shit, that's a good song, yo. Oh man.
I be in Killerville, niggas like, Venom, where the fuck you been? Then I come to Flowtown, niggas be like, Trap, where the fuck you been? Then I go over to Dollar Town, niggas be like, yo, Gorilla Prince, where the fuck you been? And I look at him like, nigga, I ain't never left. I'm right here in South Carolina, bitch. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. I got a two-seater, me and my heater. We still rolling, blowing smoke, got the speaker. Speaking so fast that y'all can't see ya. Sonic boom, go to air, bubbles out your sneaker. Deeper, creeper, time up, creature. Beat your wife, beat it till your wife start screaming. You going off that gas, acting nutty like semen. Don't pass shit if it ain't good weed, man. I'm on fire, y'all just dreaming. South Carolina, so just cheapin'. If you want beef, then y'all gon' fry. My G's riders, that's no lie. Camouflage and grease, system inside. J's on my feet, J's on my ride. 9/11 kamikaze, I'm so fly. It's pole pimpin' over here, nigga, do or die. Cause we still rollin', we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rollin', we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. Sipping on that gin and juice, now I'm getting loose. Some blood of that purple haze, now I got a boost. Talking all that bullshit like you the truth. Now I got shoot a root of food in his tooth. It's back to the booth, get back to the beats. Back to the trap house, back to the streets. Back cooking cocaine, back serving fiends. I shoot you in your ass, turn your back on me. I get my bitch a daiquiri in a bag of weed. And we fuck all night like I'm trying to make a scene. I'm getting ratchet calls in the scene. You call the police, I'm calling my G's. My gun's so big that it's called a machine. And I'm half-baked, still calling for weed. South Carolina gonna blow in due time. A couple thousand in my pocket and $1 million on my mind. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. Heads on the block, still want that South crack. Never catch me slipping, I'm sleeping with my gas. I'm up in the VIP, you sneaking in the back. I'm smoking with the owner, you sneaking in the sack. I'm creeping in the sack with a bitch so bad. Her brain real good and the ass real fat. And then I switch gears cause I like it real fast. Hugging on the curb like I'm whipping the jag. Got a clip in the mag, you a snitch in the fag. The more attention, got a bag and a toe tag. Fuck with that C, you be resting in peace. Just hand me the heat, leave the rest up to me. I push your way back like a pack of that deep. Hand me the work, watch me hustle this fiend. Hustle this crack rock, hustle this weed. Hustle this music, selling CDs. Cause we still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire that y'all keep buying. I'm the king of the jungle, y'all just lying. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire. Y'all keep buying, I'm the king of the jungle. Y'all just riding. We still rolling, we still riding. South Carolina, we supplying all of the fire. Y'all keep buying, I'm the king of the jungle. Y'all just riding.
That was like my solo shit right there. Alright, we done heard all this shit. Enough of that. Enough of that. So, little man. Man, in the studio painting on YouTube. What is that? What kind of work? Obviously, and it's gonna just get harder. Like, apply yourself, man. You've always had this, I don't need to study because I absorb knowledge osmosisly or something, but you're gonna have to study, dude. It's all good. I know you can do it. Shit, math is my worst subject. I got up to, what was my last math? Trigonometry. And I was like, screw this. But yeah, I'm live right now. You would know if you ever watched my show, but for some reason my own child will not watch my show. It seems like I can't get support. Like I can't get support from my core foundation. Jesus. Oh, he'll come watch me work out in the gym, sweating and busting my balls, but he won't enjoy me in the art studio. Wow. It's amazing. Booty tootie. Booty tootie. Tootie booty. What the fuck kind of gay fucking homosexual? I'm just saying. It just sounds like, you know, some shit that gay people say, like, how you doing? Oh, girl, booty tootie. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. You need to change that shit up, man. What's that? A SoundCloud? Okay. It's man making moves in the right direction. I say you're making moves in the right direction. You just gotta market yourself. That's all it is. That's how everybody else get it. Market yourself. What is it? Okay. So that's gonna make people immediately think of some biblical religious type stuff. So is that what you did? Is that the kind of persona you're gonna put out there? That's what I'm saying. That is pretty definitive sounding. Like, I'm God. Holy crap, yeah. Like, God, bitch. Okay, because that is intense, dude. That's all good, man. Marcus Garvey, his middle name was Messiah. Huh? Marcus Garvey middle name was Messiah. His real name, Marcus Messiah Garvey. So just be aware how, you know, you just got to be aware of what the words mean and how people are going to perceive it. Because Jah means God. Messiah is chosen one. So, okay. That's what I'm saying. You go like, I'm God, bitch. God. Okay. This is interesting. It's interesting. Hey son, look, man, I can dig it. Man. I can dig it. But yeah, let me call you back later when I get off stream, man. All right, I love you, yo. The joys of parenthood. So my 13-year-old son is going to be a rapper, and his rap name is going to be Jah Messiah. Okay, his Jah Messiah, really, dude? Like, whoa, it's kind of deep. It's kind of deep there, bro. If you ready for that shit, that's just like anybody who uses the name Little Lil Wayne. You're not Little anymore, Wayne. You should have thought about this before, you know, branding yourself as Little Wayne, Little Bow Wow. You're not gonna be little forever. Remember that one. That's an easy one to avoid. But yeah, so he says he's in algebra next semester when everybody else is taking pre-algebra. He has to take actual algebra. Wow. This means you're gonna have to apply yourself and study. Oh. I ain't gonna say my son got like photographic memory, but motherfucker got an awesome ass memory, yo. Like, if he just reads something like once, he can damn near memorize that shit. It's fucking crazy. It is like, it's not completely photographic, but it's damn near close. Damn near photographic memory, because you don't have to really study. Am I jealous? No. But that shit is awesome. But now it's like he's all in honors classes and CP classes, and dude, you're gonna just have to apply yourself. You know, this is new information they're gonna throw at you, and so, you know, until you can remember some fucking fundamental functions, equations, and calculations and shit like that, then you're gonna have to study. But once he gets that shit memorized, it'll be just like every other teacher. Your son is constantly talking and disrupting class. He's stopping the other kids from focusing on their work. Did he complete all his assignments? Yes, he got his work done, but he's constantly talking. Did he pass the test? Yes. He's AB average in my class. Then that's your fault. If my son is completing all your classwork, he brings in his homework, he aces your test, and he still has time to talk, it's your fault. So I don't want to keep hearing this shit, yo. Give him something else to do. Keep him occupied. This is AP, right? Or CP or whatever. I was the same way. I was so fucking talkative in school, yo. But like, that was only in classes, English class. Shit that I like, where I can go in there and get my fucking work done because I enjoy doing that shit. And then I would talk like, Travis, you can't. Shit, I'm done. What the fuck you want me to do, man? I'm bored. I'm fucking bored, yo. I'm done with this shit, yo. But you can't disturb the other students because some of them aren't fast as you are. That's my fucking fault. You're making it sound like that's my problem. It's not my problem. I'm just bored. I need someone to talk to. Shit. Give me something to do. Can I get some extra credit projects or something? I can't give you extra credit. What the fuck? I'm supposed to just sit here in silence. Right? Twiddle my fucking thumbs, right? Screw school, man. I'm dropping out. And I dropped out. Because I'm going to rap and sell drugs. And I'll make more money than you ever. Math teacher. I never made more money than my math teacher. Shit. I kind of fucked up somewhere. Just got to get this shit right this time.
Making strides is like a huge party. 1 in 8 of us will be diagnosed.
This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
It's time to experience the new Buick. GM employees with an eligible Buick or Jeep.
That advertisement.
This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
Word? that Neil deGrasse Tyson?
It's Rita Ora. I'm teaming up with Absolute to write a song inspired by your amazing...
Fuck that.
Sailor about the fucking flex, fucking flex, fucking flex, fucking flex, fucking flex, fucking flex.
What up, guys? Mikey, what up, yo? What, Bray? The artiste. Yo, tonight, Walking Dead comes on. Yes, I almost didn't forget, but it slipped my mind for a second that I can actually watch a TV show tonight. Finally. You know how long I've been waiting for this to come back? Well, since the last time it was on TV, so just a few months, but still. Damn. So excited. The Walking Dead is the only show I watch, yo. I swear. Like on TV. I'll watch other stuff, but I'd rather watch stuff like on YouTube or Netflix because I really don't like commercials. And plus, like, most television programs are fucking corny as shit anyway. So I don't even deal with like television for the most part. Like someone, like most people, oh, did you see such and such last night? Not really, no. But Sunday nights at 9 o'clock on AMC, I will watch that shit, yo. I never missed an episode of the fucking Walking Dead, yo. And I'm sad, like, I think this might be the last season. And then after this, when they end the show, and then I'll be back, like, so now what the fuck? What the fuck will I watch on TV when The Walking Dead is not on anymore? Yeah. Fuck it. I'll just start. Guess I'll be reading more books again. So right now I'm currently applying the third layer of paint to this canvas. Hoping that the third layer will be the final layer. Sometimes I can do like 4 or 5 layers if it needs it, but this picture is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of negative space in it, and their skin tones are very similar, so I didn't have to change too much there. Job Messiah on the rise for real. Really, dude. France. How's it going, man? We got all kind of people in here. Is that boobs? Little boobs plus money equal big boobs? Okay. Right. Okay then. Okay, alright. Okay, that was very enlightening, to say the least. Yeah? Very enlightening, to say the least. I think I'm going to put some music on and take a bathroom break real quick. How long am I here? 2 hours? Alright guys, I might give you like another 30 minutes. The skin tone is done, I think, for the most part. I'm going to start working on this background, and if I'm diligent with it, I can probably finish it today or tomorrow. All right. Let me take a bathroom break.
GM employee program participants with a current GMC lease can get this low mileage lease on this 2017 GMC Acadia SLE1 for $2,000.
her about the fucking flex.
It's time to experience the new Buick. GM employees with an eligible Buick or GMC lease.
It's time to experience skipping a commercial. It's what it's time to experience.
I just like the sound of it.
This is like the sound of it. Yeah. Tell me about that fucking flex. I just like the sound of it.
I just like the sound of it.
HBO Now.
You think we can get to the moon?
We're already there. Get unlimited access to more of the biggest and latest hit movies before any other streaming service.
Really?
Yes.
Plus, watch every episode of every season of the most talked about shows. With big premieres streaming the same time as they are on TV. On all of your devices. HBO Now. Stream free for 1 month. No cable package required.
Alright guys, it's still early in the day, so you guys can more than likely catch me later this afternoon or probably this evening. And I'm feeling really comfortable with their skin tones right now. Maybe, and it's always a good idea to walk away from your art for a few hours or even a day sometimes and see other shit, and then come back to your art and you'll notice things that you didn't notice because you were staring at it for 5 hours or whatever, focusing on certain parts and not seeing everything in its entirety. So always, take a break, go away for a while, come back, look at it with some fresh eyes. But for right now, I am feeling really comfortable with the skin tones and everything. I won't be feeling that way later when I look at it later, but for right now, I'm comfortable with it. It looks nice. I'm gonna say the skin is done. Oh, I already see something right now that I don't like, so I'll get to that. And okay, I see something else I don't like with the skin. So anyway, hopefully I'll be able to get a few more touch-ups on the skin, and then the background is mostly the same color. I just want to add some highlights to it and soften up that blue a little bit so that you can see that the light coming in and down on them. And I think this piece will be done. I'm almost certain I can get it done today or tomorrow. So stay on the lookout for that. And if this is your first time in the stream, definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button, because I'm in and out of here all times of the day, all different hours. I don't have like a strict streaming time frame, so you just got to catch it when you catch it. And so having that notification button active is always a good idea if you like the art and you want to keep up with the progress on these paintings that I'm doing. And definitely follow me on social media at Paintings by the Prince. If you have any commissions you want to submit or things like that, or just chat or inquire about some pieces that I have or having some prints or something made, you can definitely reach me on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. My email address is travisprince81@yahoo if you want to contact me via email. But other than that, guys, appreciate everybody coming through, checking me out, stopping by for a little while with some awesome comments and compliments, great questions, and good conversation as usual, while we get a little bit of art and a little bit of education early in the day, so we feel like we have accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? I did do something positive today. I got a little bit of culture, listened to a little bit of education, I saw a little bit of art, and now I can go out and do regular fuck shit all day. So Van Dyke. That's what's up, man. All the way from Germany. But dude, just getting out of here. Appreciate everybody stopping by. You guys are awesome. Peace. Until the next time.